If you remember the loan document that we released a few days ago, which described this loan that had been rolled over since 2013, it appears that all of the investments by Hunter, by Devin, by Jimmy Bolger in any of these Bohai deals were actually fake, i.e. we lend you $10 million for you to invest in the deal. And then they probably went out to their clients and said they had skin in the game, so that's fraud. This is why we think the SEC should be looking into this. This is why we think FINRA should be looking into this. This is why we think that anybody with exposure to Rosemont Seneca, anybody with exposure to Bolger's broker-dealer, people, you need to call the regulators. I think there is incredible risk here. There are some very large banks involved. We see Millennium. We see several large hedge funds. The clients of these funds need to call the SEC, and we will bring the hard drive over immediately.
It's all the deplorables money. It's your money.
And by the way, it's not just domestic, right? It's
international.
This is all over the world. They've been doing this.
This grift is everywhere, and I'm going to tell you what's so surprising about this loan document. They amended it to change the owner of the loan from a guy named Johnny Lee to a woman named Xin Wang. Now, Xin Wang is a lawyer in California. She's a member of the California Bar. She also has a Canadian passport. She is the one who wrote up this amendment to the document so that she would now be the one who owned the debt, not some other guy. And let me explain to who she is, because it kind of shows you how these elites work, person to person, one VP's son to another. She is the illegitimate daughter of Wang Qishan, who is the deputy premier of the Communist Party.
Wang Qishan's the devil of devils.
And he's his illegitimate daughter.
He's the Wall Street. He's the Wall Street.
And we have signatures with Hunter Biden's name on it, Eric Schwerin's signature. We have her signature. This is a loan that has been rolling since 2013. This is not just something about the United States being compromised by our existential enemies in Beijing, the Communist Party of China. This is our financial system being undermined by these shady deals. This means that Wall Street has to pay attention, because there are large Wall Street houses that have tremendous exposure to this scam. I want people to think about a few questions that are out there that need to be asked, and we need your help because we know people talk. Over the weekend, I was contacted by 3 separate people with information about Eudora. Eudora is seemingly a global criminal enterprise. I say that in quotation marks, seemingly. I want people to look into it. They have tried to do grifts on everything from famine victims in Zimbabwe to an online gaming plan down in Latin America called Ocho Rio Gaming. All of you who watch Ozarks remember how they were flipping gas stations and able to wash $100,000 a week, and then all of a sudden they had the idea of buying the casino, and it was millions. Well, this was an attempt to get an on-game licensing agreement, a monopoly in 5 different Latin American countries, including Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Argentina, and Uruguay. There is no way that these negotiations occurred. There's no way that Jeff Cooper, who used to be Obama's man in Southern Illinois, works with Durbin. There is no way that this guy was down there negotiating these deals with the treasuries and the tax authorities of these countries without the cooperation of John Kerry and our own officials in Washington. Impossible.
3 p.m. today on Real America's Voice, we'll have Steve Cortez from the Trump campaign reacting to all of this breaking news about Hunter Biden and the laptop from hell. The lead story in the National Pulse proves that Hunter Biden used his position to get artwork and villa stays in exchange for taking people into the White House.
That's a FAR violation, right?
Much more than that.
Paul Manafort's in prison for that?
Don't forget, also, remember, there's a direct message to Hunter and Devin from Xin, where she's requesting help for them to organize a visit from Chairman Z to a company in Southern California that they are hoping to buy through Bohai Harvest. Now, you have to remember, Bohai Harvest's entire purchasing program was U.S. companies that could provide technological assistance to the Chinese military. We put up something where they celebrated purchasing an American automotive company. We know the dampening technology from that sale is inside Chinese fighter aircraft today.
We end with Milesguo's new song, Fight for Hong Kong, and it leads with what we're all trying to do, take down the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Until National Pulse at 3 with Steve Cortez. See you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think we got a surprise co-host. We'll tweet it out later.
We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP.